Welcome to the summer flow class. My name's Roseanne. I'll be your guide today. For this class, there won't be any chaturangas, so a little more on the cooling side, but also celebrating the sun. So we'll do some sun breath during practice, a lot for the water element, still this sense of flow, and still getting nice mobility practice without working too hard in the body. So have your mat long ways. We'll get started in seated. If you need a little pillow underneath your seat, you can have a little pillow to tilt your pelvis forward. Just take a few breaths here. One more wide breath into the sides of the ribs. And exhale through the mouth to release some heat. Let's start with Sufi grinds. Inhale to rotate forward with the torso. Exhale back. Inhale forward. And exhale back. With a sense of flow here. Breath matches movement. As we ground through the hips into the coolness of the earth. Switch directions. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Pelvis is still as much as you can. One more. Come back to center, arms reach. And let's bow forward. Rock the head side to side. Move through the neck. Move through the jaw. And then roll up through the spine. Uncross the legs, but remember which one you had in front. And allow the legs to windshield to one side and then the other. As they come over to the left, stay and rotate toward that left-hand side. And just play with the neck here. Look up and down. You might even round a little bit through the spine and extend over that lead knee. One more time around. And lift through the chest. And go the opposite way with the legs. Sit up tall, rotate toward the new lead leg, and move through the neck. If it serves, through the spine, round and arc. Notice what happens to the breath. One more time around. Come back to center. Arms come behind the body, fingers plant, and now take the opposite leg in front. Find your sits bones and inhale to rotate forward and exhale to come back with the torso. Circles of the torso. One more. And reverse. Inhale forward, exhale back. Two more. Last one. Lift the arms up, reach, and round through the spine as the hands come out in front of you. Tuck the chin. And then blow the head side to side in no fashion. Again, soften the jaw. And then roll up through the spine, reach those arms out to the sides. And then plant the hands as you uncross the legs, lift your bottom off the earth and come into a forward fold, facing the long edge of your mat. Let's bend that right knee slightly, that same Hand plants or tent to the fingers and rotate toward the left. Bring that left hand back down, bend that knee slightly, straighten the other leg as you rotate to the other side. Let's do that again. Hand comes down, rotate other way. The legs will naturally do what they need to do. A slight bend, slight lengthening. Last one. And then come down onto hands and knees. And take that right leg out to the side. Roll up through the spine. Come onto that grounded shin. Arm circle in behind the body. Open up through the heart. And then slide that left hand down toward the earth. Ground it. Other arm can reach. And from here, inhale. And exhale to thread that right hand underneath the left armpit. And then open. Rotate closed. Inhale, open. One more. Open. You could stay right where you are, or if the shoulder feels strong on the grounded arm, perhaps you lift up. Top arm reaches over the ear and back down to your side. Bend the knees, break at the hips, and stack the shins and side bend over toward, you're right. Come back to center. Again, lengthen and curve. Two more. Last one. Come back to center. Tuck those shins underneath the body. So you're in tabletop. Round and extend. Round and then slide the hands in. Lift the arms. Circle the hands in behind the body. Open up across the heart. From here, send that left leg out to the side. Arms can reach. And allow that right hand to come down to the earth and to this side bend. Top arm reaches directly from the shoulder. Inhale. And exhale to thread that hand underneath opposite armpit. Again, open and rotate close. So if you like this. Two more. Last one, open. Again, you can stay right here or stack the legs. Reach that top arm overhead. And then to your side. Bend the knees to allow the hips to lower. Stack the shins and side bend to the left. Sit up tall. Again, up and over. Sit up tall. Two more. I love how this feels through the ribs. Last one. And come back into that tabletop position. Only to tuck those toes and plant the feet underneath the hips. Hang here. Then bend the knees. Bring the hands to the thighs. Equalize your blood pressure before you press yourself to stand. From here, arms reach up. Bring the hands to heart center at prayer. And as you cross the heart, interlace the fingers and press them down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands palm to palm as you bring them through heart center. cross the fingers, exhale, press away. Inhale to reach. Exhale to draw the hands through heart center. As you do this, you might try to cross opposite thumb each time. I'll make sure you can see my hands. So I'll come down onto my knees just so you can see what's happening with the hands. The 2 more rounds of this sun breath. Finish your last round. Your pace may be different than mine. If you're finished early, you can stand in Tadasana or mountain, where we'll all meet. Let's widen the legs. And bend your left knee and then your right knee. Just sway side to side. The next time you come to your left, stay and pivot so that the toes face the short edge of your mat. Other foot is grounded, toes to the long edge, arms extend from the shoulder. Let's take that left forearm to the thigh, come into a side bend here. And then reach that left arm up as we arc the spine to exalted. Again, come into the side angle and exalted. Last time into the side angle. And turn it into a triangle. Extend the lead leg. Send the hips back in space. Rebend the lead leg. Sweep that left arm up. And as you sweep the left arm up, take that right arm, sweep it in front of the body until the arms cross and pivot so that you're facing the opposite way. So now your right leg leads. Reach those arms up from the shoulder and take that right hand toward that same thigh, side angle, and into the reverse warrior. Reach to the sky with the right arm. Again, into the side angle. A final reach. Return to the side angle and lengthen that right leg. Send hips back in space again. Breathe here. Before you rebend that lead leg and sweep that same right arm up. We'll take that left arm, sweep it in front of the body. Switch the feet and the arms. Let's find our warrior 2. Flip the palms down, adjust your stance as you need. Lengthen lead leg as the arms reach. And rebend. One more time. Rebend. Let's take that right hand down to the mat as you pivot on the back toes and rotate toward that left leg. Take the hands to the inseam of that lead leg and sweep them over toward the opposite side to frame that new lead foot. Lower the back shin. Arms can reach up to this low crescent. And hands can return to the earth. Lift that back knee. Rock forward and back. And then from here, blade that back left foot and come into a side angle. So that right forearm is on the thigh. Help equalize blood pressure here before we sweep up into another reverse warrior. From here, return to center. Legs nice and wide. Arms can reach. And forward fold here. Just for a moment, pause. Turn those toes out slightly, rebend the knees, bring the hands to the thighs, roll up through the spine, arms reach out into star. And we'll return to that right side. So pivot on the toes so the right leg leads, arms directly out from the shoulder. Warrior two on this side now. Reach those arms up as you lengthen lead leg and rebend. You like this. Last one, reach. And then rebend the lead leg. So you can take that left hand down as you pivot on the back toes, rotate toward the right. Nice. Take that hand to the inseam of the lead leg and sweep those hands over toward the opposite side. From here, blade that back foot, bring that left forearm to the thigh and bring yourself up into a side angle. And up into reverse warrior. From here, we'll stay on the side. We'll pivot again on the back toes, lower the back shin, arms can reach. And then hands can come down as you bring that left leg back and come down onto your belly. Draw those elbows back as you lift through the heart and lower. Really press the legs down as you do this. Lift and lower. Let's cactus the arms and do the same thing. Still getting some back extension work here. Last time, lift, lower, slide those hands closer to the ribs, press yourself back, perhaps into a child's pose if it's accessible for you. Slide those hands in toward the body and back behind you. You can lift the hips here. You could also be on your belly, hugging the knees into the chest, or in a bridge. That might open up the front, actually, of your hip flexors. Lift those legs, lift that booty off the earth. Take one leg out and then the other, and crab walk to the center of your mat. So you can drop the bottom down and come onto the forearms. Lift through the chest. The server can rejoin us. Let it sink. Lift. Let it sink. Lift. And then let it lower down as you slide the arms long. Let's give the knees a nice little hug. A little lengthen the backs of the legs for just a moment. Replant the feet. And from here, curl through the base of the spine and lift through, or roll up rather, through the spine into bridge. Let's roll right back down and roll back up. Last time, roll down and up. You might just stay here or interlace the fingers, press the sides of the fists down, and roll one shoulder under and then the other. And you could stay here. Wheel's a great posture for summer. So this is kind of working up to wheel. We've opened up through the heart a lot, so perhaps you would like to take wheel. If so, make sure your hands are nice and wide, so at least shoulder width apart. A lot of us try to bring our hands in too close, and that's why wheel is so challenging for many of us. Draw those heels kind of in toward midline and toward, your torso. So there's this little draw energetically. You can see me kind of pulsing in and out of it, but it's isometric contraction here as you really want to engage through those legs. Press the feet down, inhale, and exhale to press into the hands also, and lift up into your wheel if it's in your practice. And the chest comes through the arms a bit. So you can still keep some of the work in the legs. few more breaths. One more inhale. And exhale. Slowly bend the elbows so you can bring the back of the shoulders down. And see if you can heavy through the upper spine down to the lower spine. And before you hug your knees in, I want to counter that right away. You might just stay with the knees bent here, or maybe you lengthen out the legs. And if you still feel the desire to hug those knees in, once you feel ready, you can do so and widen them for happy baby, or maybe you clasp the outsides of the feet or behind the thighs. And rock here. Soles of the feet come together. Inhale. Maybe exhale to just curl. Inhale to lower. Exhale, curl. Lower. One more time, curl. Lower the head and the feet open. This feels good. You might take the arms overhead again to release heat. You could at this point choose to take your savasana. You could stay in this pose and treat it as savasana. Maintain active rest. Where's the mind? Is it in the same place the body is, or somewhere else? Habit the body fully. Inhale. Exhale to heavy the body, to feel the earth underneath you. To gather your sense of place. Before you begin to add movement to the body. If your legs are open in cobbler, still at this point, you might close them with your hands. Wiggle fingers and toes, do what serves. Once you're ready, and in your own time, find your way to seated. For a cooling Satali breath. So with Satali, if you're able to curl the tongue, you curl the tongue as if sipping through a straw, okay? Or the tongue can be out, just as it is. And breathe in over the tongue. Or breathe in through the straw that you make with your tongue. And exhale through the nose. Inhale over or through the tongue. And exhale through the nose. Just a few rounds. See if you can sense that cool air coming in over the tongue. Releasing any heat. And bringing forward a sense of coolness. 3 more. Finish your last one. Maybe stick up the tongue. Reach those arms overhead. And bring them through to heart. Thank you for practicing with me today. Satnam. If you enjoyed this class, I really liked this one actually. It really felt good. Please check out the playlists on my channel and feel free to subscribe. Have a great day.